So halfway through my first semester, I got dumped by my high school sweetheart, and this was a rather tragic experience for me. If you stalk my Instagram, you can witness the mind of a broken soul. But at some point during the grieving process, I decided that I probably only miss her because she was all I had. So with that theory, I decided to, and I quote, hit the gym, meaning I was going to be attempting to shoot a lot of shots, and well, this was one of 5 shots I attempted in college. One, actually, hold on, let me think. There's this one. Yeah, 1 of 5. 1 of 5. Or was it 4? I don't know. I just know there's 7 or 8 in total. 7 or 8, bro. But let me tell you how it went. So after I got dumped, I started scoping out girls, and after a week or 2 of class, I developed a huge interest for this girl in my language arts class. Let's call this girl Kaylee. Now Kaylee was one of those girls that just baffled me because I think she's so hot despite the fact that she didn't really have any of those features that would send a guy over the edge. Like, she didn't have a big ass, her boobs weren't like crazy, weren't big, they weren't perky. Her face to me was cute, but like, if you know, most guys wouldn't have found it cute. And like, she was in decent shape, but she wasn't in like, you know, sports girl shape. Everything about her was super casual, right? And like, despite her being mostly average to most people, I ended up falling head over heels for this girl. And what's crazy is I spent days checking her out and scouting her to try to convince myself and point out things, like to convince myself that she's not what I think she is. Why, to see why I'm so infatuated with her, just so I can convince myself, like, come on, dog, come on, nah, you're not trying to go through this again. Anyways, the consensus I came up with is for why I was so into her was her personality, because like, she wasn't insane in the visuals, but hey, I flirted with far worse, trust me. But anyways, I really liked this girl, and I figured I only liked her because I saw her every day. So eventually the semester ended, and I figured she'd be out of sight, out of mind, and I was right. Until the next semester, when she was in my class, and I don't know how, but some way, somehow, I ended up getting her number. And I was playing it out super conservative, you know, filling her out, trying to figure out what I can get away with, you know. I'm just in there. I'm in there scouting. I got my scouter on. I'm checking power levels. I'm seeing if she got homies, you know, this, that, and the third. In our text for that semester, sorry, I sneezed. I cut it out. But yeah, our text for the first part of that semester, at least, was very pedestrian. In person, she showed me a lot of love, but she didn't do anything that really stated, yo, I like you. She would go out of her way to talk to me. Like, after class, she'd holler at me. We'd have a little chat. She was cool with me before, she cool with me before class. I talk and walk her to class, from time to time, friend zone shit. So even though I was really into her, there was no like sign to go for it. So I didn't. Now at this point, I wasn't really hitting the gym. You can't see me doing air quotes, but I did. I wasn't really hitting the gym. I was more kind of practicing in the backyard, you know what I'm saying? But after a literal semester in the friend zone, I started to flirt because, it's insane because I used 3 different tactics to try to get this girl. Now at this point, I figured Kaylee wasn't into me the way I was into her. So look, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all on these stories, dog. So don't, like, y'all can judge me, just don't attack me. I'm okay with being judged, just don't attack me, you know what I'm saying? Let's keep it real over here, because once you start attacking people, then they start saying, nah, I'm not gonna tell you this, I'm not gonna tell you, they don't tell you the full story. So if you want to keep getting the full story from me, you can judge me, just don't attack me, anyways. So let's keep it real. Now at this point, I knew she wasn't into me the way I was into her, and I knew she was gonna break it off. So I was like, let me try to get a souvenir out of this friendship type thing that we had going before she dips off for me, because I'm gonna be sad when she's gone regardless. So I might as well have something to cling on to, have a reason, something to cling on to. So at this point, my mind shifted from trying to be like me. I was kind of looking for like a really close, friends with benefits, except for I was really down for you, you know what I'm saying, dating without dating type, that kind of thing. But I could have been talked into dating her, this, that, and the third. But my mindset shifted for that to trying to get some news and her trying to get her to take my virginity, dog. Now at this point, I'd move out of my mom's house so I could have a girl over at any time I wanted. So I was doing some pot shot flirting at this point in time. Basically, I'd sneak cute shit in, when I could and whatnot. And this is where I got very confused. Kaylee never did anything or showed any signs of me meaning anything more than a friend to her. She also didn't show any sexual interest in me. Kaylee just genuinely thought I was cool. The thing is, Kaylee's from Jacksonville, born and raised, right? So her personality stood out up there in Waycross because everyone there, minus her and John, was quiet and very secluded. Now Kaylee was loud-spoken, outgoing, and chill as fuck. She was the girl that would talk to literally anyone when she felt like it. And I'm not joking. Black girls, white girls, jocks, rich kids, broke kids, nerds. She would talk to anybody. Like, there was a kid in our class that didn't talk to no one. He just sat there, took notes, whatnot. Dead ass, I came into class like 5 minutes early. Sydney had a conversation with him until the teacher walked in 5 minutes fucking late and sat down and started talking. She was, full on conversation with the man. Anyways, I bring that up to say is Kaylee texts like a southern mom, dude. And if you've ever interacted with a mom in the South, especially Florida, they say small things that kind of throw you off if you're not used to hearing it. They say, like, I don't know the specific word for it, but if you were to do this to a girl, they call it catcalling, right? Now, remember, I'm head over heels for this girl, and I'm still trying to get over a breakup, and I'm pot shot flirting with her. And she said, like, her response to this thing is like, thanks, babe. When she talks to me, she'll be like, when she texts me, she'll be like, hey, hun. Or even in person, she say shit like that. And it's like, of course, like in hindsight, you're like, it's clearly her southern hospitality. Like, that's just how she talks. You're blowing it out of proportion. But when you're trying to smash, you're looking for signs. And I was trying to convince myself that those were signs. Anyways, like she would ask for homework and whatnot, and I give it to her, and she'd be like, thanks, love. And man, we talked on Snapchat, so I don't have it, but I am gonna pop up a screenshot because I did find our old conversations, and there's like a part where she sent me a heart for something, but this was at the end of this little tangent, that this little flirt, this one-sided simp flirtationship we had. So like, I was just kind of bland about it. I was used to her sending hearts and shit. But anyways, the way she talked was just confusing to me because she wasn't showing me yes, but she damn sure wasn't showing me no. Now, every other weekend or so, Kaylee would drive down to Jacksonville and stuff because reasons, right? So this is where I started plotting. So every time she brought it up, I was sneaking in that she used to stop by and hang out with me at my crib, because if she drove from, Waycross to Jacksonville, my house is on the way, dog. I'm trying to put in this work. Anyway, so obviously that didn't work, but it was a shot that failed. Anyways, so after being softly rejected for another semester, somehow Kaylee and I got another class together, bro. Another one. It actually was the semester like after. I think this was, I don't know when y'all are seeing the me dropping out of college video, but I think this was like the semester where I quit halfway through. But the semester before, we would see each other in the hallways all the time, and she like wave and give me a hug and like that. Haley was not Haley. That's not her name. What did I say her name was? Kaylee. There we go. Kaylee. Haley's not her name. Haley's my current girlfriend. That's why I said that. My girlfriend is cool as fuck. But almost said her real name. Kaylee was cool as fuck. Anyways, so after we got another class together, I tried something I've never ever tried before and never tried since. I just asked. On separate occasions, about 2 to 3 weeks apart, I asked about 2 or 3 times max, and I would text her like, so when we finna fuck? And the weird crazy part is, she never said no, she just never said yes. You know what I'm saying? She would just joke about it and keep the text moving, you know what I'm saying? And for a bit, I was like, all right, she's just not gonna say, hell yeah, let's do it, right? So I was just kind of waiting for the opportunity and tell her to come hang with me. Like when he's like, you know, I'm going to Jack's this time, like, hey, yo, stop by. Or like I started joking with her, right? I'd make fun of something like her accent or the fact that she smokes or when she skipped class and stuff. And she'd be like, yo, fuck you. And I'd say, you know where I stay. That was my response for a minute, bro. If a girl flicked me off or said fuck you, I'd be like, you know where I stay. Goddamn legendary, dog. Yes, y'all can take that. Use it. Use it. Okay. I say it to my current girlfriend now. We live together. Flick me off. Actually, I just wink. Cause I'm like, you know where I stay. Anyways, but it took 3.5 semesters, but I kind of accepted the friend zone and I stopped hitting her up. So we only talked when she needed like homework or something school related. She'd check up on me occasionally, which was cool as though. But eventually I found out that she had a boyfriend. It wasn't shocking to me, but it did kind of catch me off guard with the way that like she never really like shut it down what I was trying to do. But it was the clarity I needed. Although, you know, Kaylee softcore rejected me for around a year, I fucked with her for staying cool and not cutting me off despite us not seeing eye to eye for where we wanted to our little friendship / you know, our little stint to be. Which cool, you know, it's cool because like I was going through a lot and she probably could tell, dog. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. It wasn't hard to realize that I was going through some at the time though, because I was very quiet. I didn't, you know, it wasn't that I didn't fuck with anybody. Like if you said something to me, like I'd glow up and I'd like, bro, I'd carry that conversation, dog. I have really good social skills. So yeah, it was just easy. And I fuck with her for not like, because I remember because I did keep it casual at first. And then I just progressively got into like, hey, you know, you kind of cute, this, that, and the third. And then it turned into, hey, come on, dog. You know you want to. Anyway, it turned into that. So I fuck with her for not just cutting me off for that. But she did, and like when she was only texting me for fucking school related things, she did just like hit me up randomly and play, hey, yo, you good? That kind of stuff. And I fuck with that. Eventually, you know, when the semester was over and I basically dropped out of college, it was out of sight, out of mind. You know, we just stopped talking. Turns out, like when I was looking for like the messages, it turns out texting I left her on read, but she did hit me up on Snapchat like a couple months. It was like a month or so after I dropped out, and she said something. And I made that jump. I was like, you know where I stay. And then she left me on red. I guess it was like, all right, bro. Yeah, I got a man's now. We can't be joking like that type stuff. So, yeah. Kaylee is cool, dog. It's like if she hit me up now, we can have a little conversation. I'm not on that timing no more because I'm past that. But anyways, let me know how y'all. This was my first attempt at trying to get a girlfriend in college. Obviously, I flopped hard. What's crazy was it wasn't my first attempt, but she was my first attempt. No, she wasn't even my first. She was my second attempt, my fourth attempt, and then she was like, what would that be? That would be 6th and then 7th. So this was multiple times where I tried to get with this girl. Anyways, y'all let me know if you didn't go to college. Tell me about like, you know, high school. If you were trying to get with a girl and you got softcore rejected or even a hardcore rejected, not many people are just gonna watch this. So you already know what I'm saying. I'm trying to keep it with y'all, real with y'all, the true supporters, the motherfuckers, and yeah, trying to keep it real with y'all, trying to get it personal with y'all because nobody really knows me like that. So who's better to open up to than the motherfuckers who's trying to put bread in my pocket, motherfuckers who's trying to better my life though. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it open up to y'all. All I ask is you can judge me, just don't attack me for what I did. Don't try to cancel me, you know, be like, oh, you were trying to get nudes. Nah, I was 18, dog. Who wasn't trying to get, in this day and age, who's not trying to get nudes, dog? Come on. Anyways, until we meet in the comments, envy no man, because we know we up next. Sponsored by Atari, and